gentlemen, it is night number 2 and the finale night here at the Roseburg Indoor for the 2024 Winter Showdown. We have the Factory QRC pit area back here. Things are starting to get busy as cars are heading out for hot laps. And my crew's been busy this morning. They changed engines on my car for today, and the engine we now have on is actually a legendary one in the Factory QRC program. We gave it the name Holly. Jimmy probably built it like 6-ish years ago, and I ran it on my personal kart before I ran for Jimmy. It's actually the one I blew up with at Red Bluff trying to get my first open win, and that video was so long ago. But anyway, long story short, that thing was, for its time when Jimmy first built it, it was insane. And a huge piece of innovation is, we're trying to get more speed and, obviously always make our cars faster and maximize horsepower. So I ran it back then, and now it's kind of cycled through, and we ran it a couple different times, but it's back on my car, and I'm really excited to see what we can do with it this afternoon. So we got hot laps in a minute. We're gonna go strap in, and then we just have a heat race, and then that will set us up for the rest of our day. So we just wrapped up hot laps. That was a good chance for us to, of course, go out there. I mean, anytime in anything you race, when you swap engines, you of course want to fire it up and then, run some laps at full speed to make sure you did your job in the pits so you can be okay on track. And now we're going to be rolling into a heat race, which that heat race was lined up on last night's A main event finish. So we ran second, so we're on the pole of qualifier number 2. And if we win this, we will start outside pole of the feature. Of course, the winner of qualifier number 1 will be on the pole, and like the winner of qualifier 3 and 4 will make up row 2. So this next race, of course, is really important because it doesn't really matter what happened all before this. This now will set up today's finale. So the goal, go out there, get a good start, jump out front, just try to work on running the fastest laps we can. Racing surface still has a lot of grip, and the fastest way around is kind of up by the fence. So you got to get your right rear close to it and just try to build momentum and keep getting a little bit better every time by. Shoot, guys, that almost went bad there. Luckily I was able to keep my composure and get the lead back. So we did exactly what we needed to do there in that heat race. Almost, I would say. I think if we did exactly what we needed to do, we would have just been able to get out front and not have to screw around there the first couple laps. Didn't get the greatest start. The car on my outside did, and we kind of drag raced into the corner. I lost the lead. Then we went back and forth for like the first 2 or 3 laps. Then I was able to nail a restart from second, gain the lead back, and run some really solid lap times. I finally gained that like 2/10 I was looking for. My last lap of the heat, I was a 7.8, which is absolutely ripping around this place, where last night, earlier today in hot laps, I was like 8.0s or even 8.1s. So we're heading the right direction. This engine absolutely rips. I felt so good when Jimbo said we were going to put on Holly today, and so far it's paying off for us. We're going to roll off from the outside front row though for 40 laps now. We have some more races that are going to be hitting the track, so we're going to keep an eye on the surface, but I like our chances, and the main thing is just keeping ourselves up front. It's a long race. There's a fuel stop. We just got to be in the mix and, try to pounce on an opportunity to make it happen, or, of course, the goal would be to get a good start and get out front and control the show. All right, right, so we just climbed in. We have 40 laps ahead of us in the Factory QRC number 18T. I feel like the speed we kind of gained today compared to yesterday, I feel much better about our shot. This is a long race. I can't assure it enough that you don't win this in the first 20, you win it in the last 20. So it's important, to be up front, but no matter what happens, you gotta keep your head on a swivel because things get dicey, things move around, cars change positions, and we just gotta, stay as far up front as possible. But of course the goal here, if I can get a good start being on the outside, I got a really good angle off of turn 4 to try to, capture the lead and then try to set the tone from there. I think if we set the tone, then hopefully everyone else is kind of just chasing us. So we're racing to the fuel stop, and then we're racing to a checkered flag to see what we can do.
Preston Carr, your leader since lap 6. The first 5 circuits was paced by the 18T at Tanner Holmes.
How many laps in?
21.
That traffic was gnarly.
Yeah, it was. It's exciting. Watch.
I wish we would have stayed in that. That would have been kind of cool. Well guys, second tonight, bridesmaid, you would say again, just sucks. You know, I was up there, I led some laps early, needed to do a better job trying to hold the lead. I, you know, just needed to play my cards differently, and then once I was in second, like I tried to be aggressive, but it's tough, you know. I mean, it's really hard to do something without just driving through a guy or throwing a slide job from, you know, you're trying to slide someone in 1 and 2 from 3 and 4, you know what I mean? Like you're just, even if you're right on them, the track's so fast. So that's kind of how the sliders were early. Like I lifted to not crash, and you know, but that's kind of what we're trying, that's what you kind of have to do. So just unfortunate that, you know, I don't know, like I said, the track wasn't bad. It's just, I mean, it just sucks. Like when, you know, we never even, you don't even run the bottom, because if you run the bottom, you're going backwards, you know, and you're getting pressured from behind. You have to just, you know, get behind each other and go. And but anyway, it is what it is. I was, you know, we were probably the second best car there. We were close there at the end. We were better. You know, we were even in some spots. I just, you know, I just needed to hold that little bit better pace, and you know, I needed to play my cards different. So that one's on me. Car was fast. We just got beat, and that really sucks. So second place for the Winter Showdown. And here's a look at the cushion in turns 3 and 4. Running up here is gnarly, I won't lie. It can be forgiving in some ways, but it can also bite you. If you get too, you know, into it at the wrong spot, it tosses the nose, basically because your weight, like it's like your right rear stops digging, and then, you know, the weight transfers and your nose pushes over. So you had to be careful. I think for me, what you know, where I lost my time, being honest with myself, is I just needed to run the top a little bit better. Like I just needed to be more consistent. I think sometimes I was maybe a little low on entry, and the difference in 6 inches or a foot where your right rear enters the corner basically sets up your speed. You know, how much momentum you're carrying, how you're gonna hit the curb, how you're gonna roll through the center and drive off down the straightaway. How you enter a corner from all the different lanes is everything. And so for myself, I just think that's where, you know, I mean, and it's just that much. Like it wasn't a lot. My lap times were fast, and compared to the rest of the field, like we were the second fastest car, and it's just difficult. And especially when you're all relying on that one lane up there, you can't move anywhere. You can't move anywhere else. There was not a single lane that was within 2 or 3 tenths of the curb. In the end though, I can say this or that, or how I wish the track would have been, or the surface, or how things played out, but we got beat. We ran second. So P2 at the 2024 Winter Showdown, that snaps our streak. We had won this race the previous 4 years before this, and unfortunately we weren't able to make it 5. This was the turn 1 and 2 cushion. Just nuts. Never seen Roseburg like this, and definitely a big curveball compared to what we're used to around this place. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Big shout out to Factory QRC and Jimmy Elledge. If you're wanting to get into outlaw karts, QRC is definitely the way to go. Really hard to beat their product in just about every area. They have the field covered, and proud to get the opportunity to drive for them. All right, see you guys all in the next one. Deuces.